Hey guys, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm happy you're joining me for this video. People have been asking, what kind of tools I use to make my knives, and basically, it's it's reached a point where I can say that I finally have some tools because I've been picking them up one at a time. It wasn't a main objective for me. It's a hobby, but it's a hobby that is becoming more and more um, of something that I really love doing, and I've started spending more time doing it. So I went and started getting some more tools. So I just wanna show you some of the tools that I'm using, and it's not that you gotta have those tools. It's just the way that I feel comfortable working at the moment, and I'm gonna show you the tools in no particular reason. Some of them I'm sure you have at home. So I got a few set of clamps. These are for smaller work, precision work. I got those mobile or detachable clamps. Um, Sandpaper, and all sorts of grits, rough and delicate for polishing and for metal removal. It really depends on what kind of work you're doing, but eventually you're gonna end up using those for fine tuning. Epoxy glue, which people use for handle fixing or handle fixation for to glue the handle to the tang. And it really doesn't matter if you're doing a full tang or you're doing a hidden tang, red tail, whatever. You're gonna use epoxy even if you're using pins. I have a Dremel that I bought about a year ago. Wasn't even for knife making. Was for just all sorts of crafting, and it's nice to have a Dremel because you have all those little bits and drills, which are kind of helpful when making knives. It's great for precision work on the handle, and I mean you can use it for metal removal, but it will take a lot of time. Okay, this is not a powerful tool for that, but if you need like little precision work, then it's really nice to have. Of course, it has all those bits and pieces. Protection, definitely a big must. Okay, you gotta have like serious gloves and technician gloves and eye protection, and also something to cover your breath, especially if you're working with bone. You don't want to inhale this bone dust and stuff. Outside is where I do most of the, the first work. Of course, a big set of clamps to hold your blade while working. I do not have, unfortunately, a belt sander. For some reason, they are really hard to come by in Israel, and you don't want to buy some Chinese crap. Eventually, I think I'll have to build my own belt sander. I don't know why. Well, I guess crafting is not a big deal here in Israel, but it's really hard to find some. I'm looking for some secondhand. Maybe I will find from some factory that is being disassembled or whatever. So I'm forced to use an angle grinder, which is not. You can definitely make great knife with an angle grinder, but it's not your. You would really want your belt sander. But since I'm working with the angle grinder, I'm using some some fine disc for cutting and for removing most of the metal. I have some heavier disc for grinding. I found that those flaps that are used for polishing are are great when you're using soft steel. Like if you soften your steel, if you you know, if you tempered it, then it's really easy uh, to carve into the steel with this, and this doesn't make a lot of damage if you fuck up, you know. You're not gonna have, you can fix it right away. It's not like making a vicious rude cut or rough cut into your metal, and then you're gonna have your blade um, you know, you're gonna have like scratches on your blade that you really can't take out. um, I bought these guys, which are like Velcro attached to this, um, and these are for polishing. I haven't tried it yet. I will try it and see how it works. So this is with the angle grinder, something that I do. Okay, I'm one-handed, so the knife is going to fall down. But something that I do is sometime when I have to do precision work, I take my angle grinder. It's not it's not the safest thing to do, but I grab it in the clamps, okay, and then I close down the clamps, and I have a stationary grinder that I can work on. I don't do it with this. I do it mostly when I need to kind of polish and create the blade. So it's easier for me to, there's the knife that I just dropped. It's easier for me to kind of come here and work my angle on the stationary angle grinder. So this is it. A drill, okay, with all sorts of drill bit for wood, for metal. I have well, actually, I got a present from a friend of mine. He had this lying around in his garage. So what you do is you just, you place your drill up here, and then you have a stationary, just like just like the Dremel inside, and you can work with it. Of course, files. These are cheap, but these are must-have. No matter if you're making small knives, big knives, these cost like really no big deal, and you can work with them and make some nice precision work. Especially important if you're making a hidden tang, a red tail tang that goes into the handle. You got to polish your way in. This is kind of interesting because this is the old school way of creating your bevel. What you do is you construct something like that. Let me just show you. Sorry. You construct something like that out of wood, okay, and you grab it into your clamps, or you attach it to the table. And what you do is you measure the angle from the top platform to the lower platform, and this is where your knife is going to sit. Okay, this is where your knife is going to sit. And over here, what you do is you place your file on the top of the platform, and this is 10 degrees, okay, and you start filing. That way you're making sure that your angle will stay the same. Of course, you got to clamp the knife, and then you just work your way all the time, creating your angle. It takes a lot of time, but it works. Last but not least, I have a bench grinder. This is an old timer bench grinder. I got it as a present from my wife's grandfather. Sorry, and it works great. This is a very rough stone. It helps me mostly to create the shape that I want. Okay, if I have to remove some stock, I'll probably replace it in time for something a bit more easy. It's really hard to work your angle, your bevel over here, because you can work maybe this side. It's not going to be a precision work. Then this side, you kind of get stuck on the. Maybe I'll put another stone over here, and then I can do this side, and then I can do that side. I'm thinking about it. Over here I have like this iron brush. Okay, it's great for just for polishing and removing little bits of metal, and you know, some little saws for wood, for metal. Basically, this is about it. I'm going to show you how I also heat treat and temper in a sec. Okay, guys, as for softening the steel and tempering my blade and hardening it back, it's amazing. You know, you have crazy ovens and you have crazy equipments, but eventually you can do it inside a wok pan or a griller. If you get your blade to be non-magnetic, then it means you've reached the temperature that you need. What I do is I place a lot of coals in here. I make sure they burn nice and hot. I place my blade on top, you know, let's say a third way inside the coals. I top it with some more firewood. Then I put my you can do it with a hair dryer, or you can do it. I use a ventilator, you know, just a fan. I place it on the coals. In no time, maybe 2 minutes, you get your blade orange hot in a very nice way. I hold a little magnet beside me. I check it. I see that the blade is non-magnetic. I know it reached the critical level, and then inside the oil. In this container, after 2 blades, the oil gets very hot. So I usually don't do more than 2 blades. I can get a bigger container. Another thing with it, if you want to soften your steel, okay, then you want it to cool. You want it to reach that critical level, the non-magnetic level, about 800 or 850 degrees Celsius, and you want to let it cool down as slow as possible. So if you're doing 1 blade, just put it in, get it to the critical level, and then just leave it, let it be, let all the coal go down. It may take a few hours, but you're gonna get nice and soft steel. Another way to do it, if you're doing a few blades, take like a little box or something, fill it with sand or dirt, and dry dirt or dry sand, and then when you reach your critical level, just stick your blade inside the sand. It will conserve the heat and make it cool down slower. That way you get your steel nice and soft. That's about it. You know, it's just the edge of knife making. I'm probably going to drill some holes inside this wok pan and put it on another pot, get my fan down there, and have like nice burning coal. But for now, it's cool. You know, it's working great. So I really hope you like this video. I hope it helped a bit, and hope you go out there and make some knives. I told a new subscriber of mine that the hardest part of knife making is going out there and making your first knife. So just go there and have fun with it. You know, you don't have to make the perfect blade, not even on your 10th try, and work with what you have and enjoy. So thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye bye.